Hi, this tutorial is on how to use the Image3D UI element with Unity's canvases. For the tutorial, I'll be using Unity's Viking Village scene. It's pretty cool. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure to download it from the asset store. So we're going to start by adding an Image3D element to the canvas. This is going to drop a render target on the canvas. We're going to snap it to the right side, and then we're going to increase its width and height a little bit. Right now it's just rendering the skybox, but in a moment we're going to start adding objects to it. The first one that we're going to add is the halberd that comes with the Viking village. I prefabbed this object so the position and scale are already correct. I like to have the position be on Z64. I've also added a simple script to it to rotate the object on its y-axis. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab the render camera. We're going to set its clear color to be transparent, and then we're going to set its clear to a solid color. That way, instead of drawing the skybox behind our halberd, we just have our halberd floating on our UI. Next, we're going to start tweaking this to be a little bit more interactive and make it a little bit more interesting. So I've renamed it Selected Weapon UI, and now I'm going to scale it up a little bit just to take up some more screen space with it. The one thing to note here is that this is not changing the size of the render target. This is only changing the size of the Image3D within the canvas. You can see a little bit of distortion on the halberd. We'll take care of that in a moment. So we're selecting the render target, and now we're actually making it match the dimensions of the Image3D within the canvas. You can see it looks a lot sharper. So now we're going to add a couple more game objects to this UI element. Again, these are prefabbed, already positioned and scaled correctly. I've added another game object here, and I've prepared a simple script to cycle through our inventory. Now in the scene view, you'll be able to see the weapon cycle. On the UI in the game view, all we're seeing is the currently selected weapon. One thing to take note of here is that our main camera can see the meshes being used for the UI. We probably don't want that. So we're going to hop over to our main camera, and we're going to set the UI elements to not be visible. Then we're going to hop over to the UI meshes, and we're going to put them on our UI layer. Next, we're going to select the render camera, we're going to set it to nothing, and then we're going to set it to just the UI. So the UI is the only thing that it can see. Hop back into the game. No more great weapons in the sky. Next, we're going to add a mini-map to the canvas. We're going to start by adding a standard Unity image. Then we're going to create another Image3D and make that a child of the image. I'm going to rename it Minimap. And then we're going to anchor the image to the top left of the canvas. Here we're going to resize the image, and then we're going to resize the Image3D, making sure to keep them the same. Remember, this is not increasing the resolution of the render target. We're going to position it and scale it up a little bit. Now we're going to grab the render camera, we're going to rename it Minimap Camera, and then we're going to break it off of the Image3D and make it a child of the main camera. We're going to zero out its position, zero out its rotation, and set its scale to 1. And then we're going to point it straight down. Raise it up a little bit, and now it's rendering a nice overhead view of our scene. Now that that's set up, let's hit play and just walk around a little bit and see how this looks. The mini-map is following our main camera. I don't have any sort of character model in the scene, but if there were, you'd be able to see it right in the center of the mini-map. Now let's make one more change. Now we're going to use the image that the Image3D is a child of to create a mask over the mini-map. We're going to add a sprite to the image. In this case, it's just a circle, but you could use anything that themed along with your game. And then we're going to add a component, mask. All it's really going to do is cut out pixels so that what we're left with is a mini-map and a circle. And that's it for the tutorial on the Image3D UI element. If you come up with any other cool ways to use it, let me know. Hope you enjoy.